TWS, I'm Shreya, and this video is about 5 things that I really like about the Arc browser.
Since Arc is a relatively new browser,
So here's some intro. The Arc browser, owned by the browser company, was launched in July 2023 for macOS, and earlier this year in February, they released a beta version for Windows.
followed by an official release in April.
And that's what I've been using since the past 5 months. And before that, I used to use Chrome and Edge parallelly for different stuff. So yeah, Arc has literally replaced both of these browsers to me in my daily usage. And so here are 5 things that I really like about it.
Plus some stuff that could be easily fixed.
Before starting, I want to say thank you to the Waveform podcast and David from the Waveform podcast for talking about the Arc browser and explaining a lot of stuff that got me interested.
So yeah, thank you y'all.
First thing is the idea of spaces. Now, on Chrome or Edge, we have profiles to segregate between stuff that we want to do. But on the Arc browser, you do have profiles, but along with profiles, like within a profile, you have something called spaces, which I think is a very good concept. It's just like segregation of stuff. Like I have one space called browsing, I have one space called social, and I have another space called research stuff. So it's just literally organizing your tabs or your websites that you would put into a category.
You could say that it's similar to grouping tabs on Chrome or Edge, but the major difference here is that grouping is never going to go away. Like those tabs in that group or space, I should call it, are never going to go away. They're just going to stay there until you remove them. And I think this is nice.
Because it just helps to keep
The
stuff organized. Like, you know, if you're someone who has a lot of tabs open simultaneously at a point, then I think this is a very, very good idea.
Now with the latest update, you can give like little icons to represent your spaces, which I think is kind of nice. Although I'm still eagerly waiting for all the customization stuff to come to Windows because Mac users have it on a whole different level.
Second one is the favorite icons or the buttons that I can add. So in each space, I can add a few favorite websites as literally their icons, like how you would see them on a phone. They just be there on your, sidebar of your space. Traditionally on Chrome or like Edge, I used to say click on the plus for the new tab and then go to my favorites bar and click on the one I wanted. But here it's just always there. I feel that's it's not major time saving, but it's nice. And then there is split tabs, which is technically available in Chrome and Edge, but they're just third-party extensions. Here it's built into the browser and it's just one button and you can split the tab to your right or left or even horizontally. The next one is called Peek, and this one's a little interesting. It's basically how you would do like a preview tab on Chrome on your mobile. But what's essentially happening here is when you click on a link which is on a pinned tab or a favorites tab, that link is automatically going to open in something called as a peek view,
Which, as you can see, is this little square window inside the main rectangular browser window.
and you can just have a quick look at the link or peek at the link before closing it. And so instead of having to click open link in a new tab, this is a more convenient way. Of course, you can still open it in a new tab if you want, but I think especially in the case of Gmail, it's more useful because there's some links you just want to preview what it is and just come back to Gmail without having to switch tabs. And then we have mini player for videos.
I meant to say automatic mini player.
which is kind of nice because when I'm watching YouTube, what I often do is say I'm watching a video from, say, the Waveform podcast, and they say some stuff that I have maybe a question about, and I want to do some, digging in on the internet. And so what I
Would
usually do before this is pause the video, go to Google, search for the stuff, and then come back. Here it's convenient because as soon as I leave the tab goes into mini player mode. So the video is playing, I can still see the video while searching something else. There's also a lot of other, quick, nice stuff, like how easily I can like copy links, instead of going to the search bar, selecting it, and then saying copy. It just takes one button with a hyperlink symbol, and I have copied the URL into my clipboard. And then how I can import my Chrome extensions onto Arc very easily, and quite a lot of stuff other than that. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, there are also a few bugs here and there, some of which include one, Google Forms. This is something that happened to me recently. Google Forms does not work properly. It was a quiz that I had to do for my college stuff, and I selected my email, and after that it was just selecting options, like it was multiple choice questions, and I, for some reason, I could not select any option for any question. To verify, I did open the link on Chrome, and it worked. So there was no problem with the Google form, but for some reason it didn't work on Arc. Then there's the issue of the thumbnails on YouTube, like on the YouTube webpage. Like, I think this has been there since the beginning. For some reason it's not been, and Arc is updated quite a lot of times in my use. Then there's also instances where
the icons for the spaces don't show up where they're supposed to be. But overall, I feel Arc has really good features and these minor bugs are easily fixable.
and I think the more we start getting all the features that are already there for the Mac version, it'll be really good. That was it. If y'all enjoy watching this video and you're into tech stuff, then give this video a like and do subscribe.